Hello everyone, week 4, public speaking online, self-reflection video. I'm going to answer a few questions about myself, what I learned, how I did everything I did this month, and it was a really good month. So I'm going to start with question 1. What were my feelings about public speaking and presentations prior to taking this course? They weren't my thing. I wasn't really a person to go out and just say, oh, this is our thing, this is our project, and really like communicate. I normally just sat in the back, like I did that part, yeah. Question 2, do I have any public speaking experience before this class? Besides high school and middle school projects, no. I haven't really had any public speaking experiences. It was all just project presentations and nothing really grand scale. Question 3, do I feel comfortable with my communication skills? Yes, I feel like I get my points across really well, and I keep the interest of the listeners, and I'm not monotone or very just dry, and I really get my points across. Question 5. Question 4, do I have any performance experiences? In high school, I was in a play called Suzical. I was a Who, and we had to dance around and sing. It was, looking back on it, it was actually really miserable, and the songs got stuck in your head, and it was just awful. Question 5, what were my delivery challenges during week 1, 2, 3, 4, and did my delivery improve? My delivery challenges during week 1 and 2 were probably the biggest. One being I wasn't entirely sure if I was doing everything right. I was nervous about my grade. Same thing with week 2. I felt like my presentation was subpar and it wasn't going to do well. And overall, it just wasn't going to work out. Eventually, it did. It did work out. I had a lot of technical trouble though, but I'll get to that. 3 and 4, I don't really feel like I had any delivery challenges. I was really confident in what I was doing at that point, just being week 4. And I felt really happy about how my presentations came out. And I think my delivery did improve over the time. I felt like as the class went on, I got more confident from the camera, got more confident about what I was speaking, and it just overall flowed out well. Question 6, what did I learn about visual presentation, and what were my visual presentations like before attending this class, and how will I create visuals? Learning visual presentation can be very tricky. Sometimes the program won't work with you and it'll just work against you, and sometimes it's really frustrating. But my visual presentations before this class were, just not that great. And when I had Cry a few months ago, one of the people in our group did all of the stuff in Premiere because I had no idea what I was doing. So we felt more confident with leaving to him since he had more experience. And how will I create them now? By planning them out and definitely leaving a good amount of time to what I'm doing, because it does take time to make sure you get what you want, how you want it to work out. And question 7, was I nervous during any of the presentations? Yes. Yes, I guess I was. The first 2, more specifically. Week 1, I didn't want to do it. I felt so, kind of freaked out. I was like, oh, this isn't going to work out. I'm going to do horrible. Same thing with week 2. It was like, I feel like I'm going to get a bad grade. I don't like this. It felt uncomfortable. And by week 3 and 4, I felt like it's public speaking. Do your thing. Say what you need to say. It's not a big deal. It's just talking to people. It's nothing you don't do every day. 8, how did the audience respond to my presentations? I didn't really get a lot of comments on my stuff, or at least I didn't see any, so I can't really say how the audience responded, but I showed one of my presentations to my friends and they thought I did a pretty good job on relaying my opinion. So, question 9, what kind of feedback did I offer my classmates, and was I offering grid posts or video feedback, and what feedback did you give your classmates that benefited from it? A few people had cuts in their videos, which I didn't agree with, and it kind of threw me off because it's not public speaking. Public speaking is one whole fluid thing. You're talking and you're talking. You're not breaking, saying something. I mean, you could pause, but it just didn't feel right. And some people had a lot more visuals and audio and video than actually them talking, which, again, it didn't feel right, so I had to tell them that I didn't like that. So all my responses were written. I didn't really make any video posts, but I hope that some of my classmates benefited from what I said in their future presentations, and hopefully they'll take it to their career in the future. 10. Did I spend time practicing your speeches, and how much time? I would usually read my speeches once or twice over, because I didn't want to read it over too much, so I only spent like maybe 5 minutes, because I feel like public speaking, you shouldn't sound like a robot. You shouldn't sound like you're reading a book. You should sound like you're talking. I wouldn't want to say off the top of your head, but you're just talking just to everyone, and you don't sound like you're just reading off of a card completely. It doesn't feel right to the audience, and it feels better if you're just talking to them as a person. Did I have any delivery or technology errors in any of my presentations, and what did I do about these errors? Week 1 and 2, I had some audio problems. I don't know what was causing it. I screwed around with some settings for a good 2 hours, and I was really worried I wasn't going to get my project handed in on time. But eventually it was just a matter of not using Photo Booth, switching to iMovie, and getting lucky, I guess, because the way I have like a way I do it, and it works, so I just end up finalize a project and post it to YouTube right from iMovie, and it works every time, so sticking with that. Which speech or project did you enjoy the most or the least? I enjoyed the media review the most. It was really nice talking about a game that I played and that I really liked, and letting everyone know about it, and hopefully convincing some people to buy it. The project I liked the least was probably the TED Talk one, because it didn't, I mean, it helped with a slideshow and really understanding, but I liked Project 2 and 3, or Project 2 and the professional industry person the most, because those are two things I like. I like learning about people in my industry, and I like games. So, what did I learn from the TED Talk this month? That there's a lot of really intelligent individuals out there who really spend a lot of their time just thinking of great things. I mean, a lot of, like, Sir Ken Robinson, he has a lot of great points, and just hearing him talk feels like he's talking to you as a person. And there's just really a lot of smart individuals who have a lot to say. What did I learn from Sir Ken Robinson, Nancy Duarte, and Gary Reynolds? Again, that there's some really smart people out there, and that talking to people isn't as bad as it seems, and you can really connect with people on an individual level, as far as using even humor in your speeches. What do I think overall is my biggest delivery? What do you think is your biggest delivery challenge overall? Speaking fast, as you can probably see in this video, and I've worked on it a decent amount this month. What is my greatest strength in terms of presentation? I feel like I gather an adequate amount of information on everything that I'm researching and trying to talk about. How did I rate public speaking and presentations this month on a scale of 0 to 5, 5 being the highest? I would rate mine probably a 4. I could do a lot better, and I'm really looking to improve. And what are my feelings about presentation after your experience this month? That public speaking is not that bad. You can do it, and it's really easy, just as long as you're confident about yourself and what you're talking about. It's been a really good month, guys, and I've really enjoyed this class. Thank you.